What was some of your experiences though jumping into that? Because I know it wasn't just like day one, you went in there with one and you walked out with a bunch of this stuff, or
Nah, I
was it?
mean, you get ripped off a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like you get cards that don't work, you get cards that, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know how much one's gonna swipe for when you go in. You dig what I'm saying? So, you get a lot of declines, and there's a lot of trial and error before you really find something that works. But it's all trial and error.
So with that being said, what was your introduction to the life of fraud?
I've always been kind of a shyster. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up on the street, you had to scam, you had to pull scams. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one we had when I was on the street when I was like a jit. You know what I'm saying? When I was in South Beach as a jit, we used to go and steal these women's menstrual pills. You dig what I'm saying? And they had little butterflies on them. So we used to put them in bags and sell them as ecstasy.
Oh, shit.
Catch drunk motherfuckers coming out the club and saying rolls, rolls, and just catch them. You know what I'm saying? I used to get rid of shit, 20, 30 of them shits every night, $20 a piece. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the street, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I used to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I grew up scamming, you know what I'm saying, and pulling scams and shit. So I mean, like when I kind of found out about like credit card fraud and all that shit, it was kind of like it was like the next logical step for me. Like I was just like naturally like, you know what I'm saying? Because my mind, that's just the way my mind works because of the way I grew up. Yeah. I've always been a fraudster.
Right, right. So, I mean, did anyone in particular like inspire you? Did you like read something, watch something, or see something that really just was like, yo, this is it. Let me try this.
Yeah. It was actually one of my homies kind of put me onto it, and he, to be fair, he really wasn't even really fucking around with it. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just knew about it, and he kind of told me about it. And I'm kind of savvy. I'm savvy with technology. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was like, okay, maybe there might be something to this. You got to think this is early 2000s. This is like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it is now where everybody's scamming, everybody's using cards and shit. Like nobody was doing this shit. So like there was no information. You know what I'm saying? There was no dark web. There was no fucking Tor browser, Onion network. There wasn't none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, I had to learn it.
Right, right. So what was the first thing that you did? Like what was the leap that you took into getting into it? Cause
Yeah.
it might start off something small, but like
Yeah.
to actually say, yo, I'm in this life and I'm doing this. Like what was the
Yeah.
first
I went on the
play?
forums and the little, you know what I'm saying, little dark web forums that used to exist 20 years ago, and I just started ordering cards. You know what I'm saying? I just started trying to use them in the store, you know what I'm saying, like laptops and TVs and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I started, and I started doing that, and I started having a lot of success with that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, 20 years ago, I didn't look the way I do today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have all these tattoos and shit. I was pretty clean cut. You know, so I could walk into a Best Buy and get $3,000 worth of fucking electronics, and nobody would bat an eyelash at me. You know what I'm saying? I go in there, you know what I mean, nice shirt. I drove a nice car, you know what I mean? So it was like, I really ain't had no problems. Yeah, so it's like I just started using them first. And that was like my initial foray into, that's when I was like, okay, this is crazy. Because then I started making a little bit of money. I was making like probably like 2,000-3,000 a week. You know what I mean? Just doing in-store carding. And I was like, that's more money than I'm making a month. You dig what I'm saying? Doing glass work, you know what I'm saying? Humping in the motherfucking, in the sunshine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was some of your experiences though jumping into that? Because I know it wasn't just like day one, you went in there with one and you walked out with a bunch of this stuff, or
Nah, I
was it?
mean, you get ripped off a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like you get cards that don't work, you get cards that, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know how much one's gonna swipe for when you go in. You dig what I'm saying? So, you get a lot of declines, and there's a lot of trial and error before you really find something that works. But it's all trial and error.